Let's start with why everyone is here today.
All right.
Yeah, we're here to learn about the hotel industry from you, Jason. Uh, how do I make it interesting? Uh, let's start with this, Jason. Let's start with, I've given you some questions.
Yep.
Let's start with what's not on the paper, right?
Sure. You always love doing that, I know.
To you, yes. Jason, what are some of the myths about the hotel industry that you like to debunk? For example, if I was to work in the hotel industry, does it mean that, I don't know, I get free meals every day, I get all kind of luxurious perk. What are things that most people get confused about your industry?
I think when you talk about working in hotels, in general, people would think that you're either working in the front desk or you're working in like restaurants or maybe housekeeping or stuff like that. But there's actually a sales department that actually handles a lot of like sales perspective of sales. I mean, selling the hotel itself, besides all the marketing, the Instagram and all those. So that's where we come in. So what's an account director, business development for a hotel? So what I actually do in a hotel is that I take care of specific industry accounts, such as pharmaceutical companies, airlines, governments, travel agents. For example, I would offer my clients from like sleeping rooms for their groups or VIPs and banquet spaces where they can hold seminars, parties, exhibition, gala dinners, and all those. So that's what I do. So
the person behind the scene that most people don't know exists.
and
yeah, the biggest salary, Jason.
No, the salary part it's totally a myth as well, but we don't talk about salary here. But yes, it's being a hotelier in Japan is very, very challenging, I would say, because Japan has a very high standard of service, as you know. I mean,
detail orientation as well, yeah. And service is all about it.
It is. It's a lot about because Japanese people are very loyal in general, so they would go back to places that they like, and they would go back a lot. So a lot of the business is actually built on repeaters in Japan, a lot. For restaurants, for accommodation business, for restaurants, for everything. Yeah.
So it must be very difficult for a new kid to break into the market.
I wouldn't say so, because on a different side, because in Japan, they do train you, and depending on, I think, because I've been with two different hotel groups, the Hilton and the Marriott right now. And I think both groups offer really good people management, people development programs, and they really train you very well, I think. Yeah.
Jason, tell me, what is the most difficult part about being a hotelier?
What's the most difficult part about being a hotelier?
Washing toilet?
There's, very, very honestly, I mean, to me, being a hotelier is just all about enjoying work. I mean, I only do the work that I enjoy, and it just so happens that I work in the hotel industry and I really enjoy doing that. Is there anything that's not nice about working in the hotel industry? There's nothing really for me to talk about, because I just enjoy it.
How about the long hours? Are you expected, because the hotel operates 24/7, right?
That's right.
Oh, I know. I mean, you are an administrative
We're
staff.
in sales, yes.
You are not bound to work 24/7. Yeah, but is it something that is, some, anyone who want to get into a hotel industry will have to work through that. Just like working in a hospital as a doctor, whereby the working hour can be crazy.
I think it's, I mean, of course, the hotel runs 24 hours. Of course, we run on shifts. And it depends on the person actually working, if it's what they want to do. I mean, basically, mine is a 9 to 6 job. But on a regular day, I would go to work. I would arrive in the office about 8, read some news in the morning, check my emails. Then we start work with a morning briefing and all those things. And I would go out and start meeting my clients.
At 9 o'clock?
Meet about 2 or 3 clients. At about 9:30ish, 10 o'clock. Then we'll go out and meet clients and then follow up on emails. And then after lunch, we'll go out and meet clients again and come back in the hotel about 4. We actually go out and meet a lot of people.
So when you talk about going out, you're not talking about going to the front office or to the lobby. You're actually talking about outside of the hotel.
It's actually both. Sometimes when we have clients coming over for site inspections, like they want to hold an event and then they want to see how the hotel is, they want to look at the rooms, they want to look at the banquet spaces, we actually go out to the front desk or into the lobby to show the clients around and let them have a feel of how the hotel is. And for some, we actually go to their office and get ideas and try to sell our hotel to them.
I bet most of your clients would love to come to the hotel. I mean, first of all, it's a luxurious vicinity to look at. Second of all, that would mean that you will buy them lunch.
We usually don't buy them lunch unless they give us.
So you would have.
That's no best. Yes.
So, okay, being a hotelier, you can order anything you want, you can eat anything you want all day. Is it a myth or is it a truth?
That's a myth. So,
why the hell do you work in a hotel?
Hey, now, that's the question when you talk about the perks of working in a hotel. So, being with the Hilton and being with the Marriott is different, of course, as I've mentioned. With the Hilton, so a few perks about working with the Hilton is that you get really cheap rates to stay at Hiltons worldwide. So it's basically $30 per room with breakfast. USD. So it's $30, 2 of you with a kid, and you get breakfast for free. That's
to upgrade you because you are one of them.
Sometimes they do.
It's like you
lounge. They let you use the lounge and stuff. So there's a lot of perks to that. And when you eat in a restaurant, it's 50% off. And anywhere in the world.
That's nice.
And lunch in the hotel is complimentary. So basically, you can have breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the hotel in the cafeteria.
So you're talking about when you go on a holiday or when you are working in your own hotel?
No, when I'm working in my own hotel, in the cafeteria, it's free.
Oh, okay.
So we have our own cafeteria and you eat there for free. It's a buffet.
So we're talking about 2 things here. The second thing is when you go on holiday, it's lunch free as well at 30 USD.
It's 50, breakfast is free, lunch is 50% off.
Oh, nice.
That's with the Hilton group. With the Marriott, just more
is under Marriott.
The St. Regis is under the Marriott. It used to belong to the Starwood brand, but now it's with the Marriott. So it's we're actually the largest hotel brand in the world. Yes.
So all comes for you to live in for free?
No.
That's sad.
So for the Marriott, we get really good rates as well from our best rates available online. Yes.
What does it mean?
It means like you get sometimes you get close to 50% off.
That's not a lot.
It's a lot when you it compares when you book on Expedia, it's a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Jason, I've got friends who work in hotel.
Yeah.
We're talking about the Empire Hotel.
Yes.
And after a while they get numb. They don't see the granular of the luxurious bit of what they walk in and out of every day. So nowadays, when you go and stay in a hotel anywhere in the world, does it still impress you?
It does. It does. It does. It
Oh,
does.
really? Do you
It
still
does.
get excited?
Yeah, because I mean, the St. Regis itself being the luxury brands in the Marriott portfolio, there is a standard that we follow by. But when we go to other hotels, like if I were to go to the Ritz-Carlton in Tokyo, or I would visit another hotel brand in another country, there are things that they actually do which we can actually learn from, or which I actually learn from. So it's actually a lot of an eye-opener, and there's a lot of things that you notice when you stay in other hotels as well. So yeah.
So it's been like when. So do you take off your thinking cap and really enjoy yourself when you stay in another hotel, or you still always looking out for details to learn, or things to pick on? You'll probably be picking on a lot more things than anyone else is.
we don't try to pick on stuff, but I think
It just comes quite naturally, right? Doing what you do.
I would actually enjoy the stay, enjoy the whole hotel itself, the experience, and also see what there is to learn about other hotels that they're actually doing, which I think is
what I'm talking about.
no, that's true. That's true.
So it's hard to impress you then. Like you would never go back to a 3-star hotels, for example.
No, sometimes 3-star hotel does really good jobs.
Oh, really? Only in
Yes.
Japan.
No, actually in Malaysia as well, when I was visiting KK, they do really well.